So we see in the news that a ship, second American warship, has supposedly got a virus. So how can this happen when none of them have been anywhere near Wuhan or China? Well, it's taken me a long time to get to the bottom of this, and this is what I can work out so far. The bioweapon came from Fort Detrick, the United States Biological Warfare Lab. And Fort Detrick actually shut down when the viruses leaked out initially in 2019, and a number of US soldiers were infected. I don't know if you remember at the time about the military games. Well, 300 American soldiers then went to Wuhan on the pretense of taking part in the world military competition. Incidentally, they didn't win a single medal. Some of these soldiers visited the supposed wet markets. We then have a situation where the US consulate in Wuhan fully evacuated with bioweapon drums that were left in the grounds of the US consulate. A few weeks later, the first victim of coronavirus appeared in Wuhan. The US was found to have 5 strains of the particular weapon. Wuhan has 1. So is the United States the origin of the coronavirus? Yes, it is. I'm going to read you something posted last year. August the 6th, 2019, the US's main biological warfare lab at Fort Detrick was issued a cease and desist order because of violation of safety standards and protocol and leaks. And that was an article published in the UK Independent, and it's independent.co.uk News World America's Virus Biological US Army Weapons Fort Detrick Leak Ebola Anthrax Smallpox Ricin. And I will be trying to put some links into this video as well. Again, August, September 2019. Statewide outbreak of a mysterious respiratory illness emerged in the US, causing severe respiratory diseases in a few hundred people. This was blamed on vaping, although people had been vaping for more than a decade without any such outbreaks. Officials were unable to find any relation to a specific vaping device and additive. And that's an article from NBCnews.com. Health news: mysterious vaping lung injuries may have flown under regulatory radar. There's another link underneath. Statewide outbreak: 2 new cases of lung disease linked to vaping. And then another link, US News, Healthiest Communities article, 12 cases of severe lung disease after vaping. I mean, vaping, come on, people have been vaping for 10 years. We have another one, August 2019 to January 2019. The US CDC reported that the US is gearing up for one of the world's worst flu seasons ever, with 12,000 deaths. On the 12th of March 2020, the CDC director admitted that some COVID-19 deaths were misdiagnosed as the flu because COVID-19 were found when they did posthumous tests. Article, healthline.com, Health News, Flu Season 2020, What to Know. October the 18th to the 27th, 2019, the 2019 Military World Games was held in Wuhan. The US sent a contingent of 350 athletes. As I mentioned before, they didn't win a single medal, and the athletes toured around Wuhan. November 2019, the Chinese press reported 5 athletes who had suffered from infectious disease had been discharged from hospital. And there's a couple of links there as well. November the 19th, Wuhan locals were detected with COVID-19 with a spike of such terms in local social media. This coincided with the post-incubation period after the Military World Games. Link to the Business Insider.sg, coronavirus patients 0 contracted case November 2020. December the 1st, 2019. The first confirmed case of COVID-19 was detected in Wuhan. Subsequently, more than 80,000 people will be infected. Of the first 41 cases, 34% were not related to the wildlife market. There's an article there from The Lancet. Carrying on, Daniel Lucy, an infectious disease specialist at Georgetown University, claimed that because there is an incubation time between infection and symptom surfacing, and the presence of infected people with no links to wildlife market, the virus could not have originated from the wildlife market. Christian Anderson, an evolutionary biologist at the Scripps Research Institute, agreed with the assessment. Article linked to the sciencemag.org, 2001, Wuhan seafood market may not be source of novel virus spreading globally. I continue. Genotype assay of COVID-19 revealed 5 variant strains, group A, B, C, D, E of the virus. Most regions in the world have 1 to 2 COVID-19 variants, including Hubei, which is mainly group C, and the UK. US is the only country with all 5 variants, group A, B, C, D, and E. In Virology 101, the region with the most variants is the origin of the disease. 25th of January 2020. Japanese couple went for a 10-day vacation in Hawaii. On the second week, they fell ill. On return to Japan, they were tested and confirmed to have COVID-19. Link to the New York Times. Italy lab confirmed that the strain of COVID-19 is different from the one circulating in China, and that the circulation of the virus is not so recent and had been spreading undetected for weeks. Link to The Guardian. China's coronavirus expert, Dr. Zhong Nanshan, the discoverer of SARS, said that although COVID-19 was detected in China, it doesn't necessarily mean it originated from China. As of March the 12th, 2020, the US had only tested 10,000 people, and COVID-19 was confirmed in 1,600 of them. As a comparison, South Korea tests 10,000 people a day, but the disease rate trajectory is the same as the US. This suggests that there was a greater number of infected people in the US, just that they were not tested. Link to article in Vox and link to article in Independent as well. So I'm going to put these links in the comment and below if anybody else would like to go through them and see the picture developing here. This is just a YouTube video. We are still in the dark, aren't we? But it does seem that, especially with the figures coming from the media and the lies that we've been exposed to, that this bioweapon was indeed produced and released from the United States, as was the so-called Spanish flu in 1918. That was actually came from America, believe it or not, exactly the same way, and spread because of vaccines. It's just a shit show of disproportionate evil, isn't it? Cheers, everyone. Have a great day.